Hello and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in just 30 minutes. Let's begin. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi received ceremonial welcome at Singapore's Parliament House on Thursday. Singapore's Prime Minister Lawrence Wong welcomed Prime Minister Modi and the two leaders warmly greeted each other. Prime Minister also signed the visitors' book there. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Singapore counterpart Lawrence Wong held a productive meeting at Singapore's Parliament House. Both the leaders extensively reviewed various facets of the bilateral relationship and agreed on the need to boost trade relations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Singapore counterpart also reviewed existing cooperation in the fields of defence and security, maritime domain awareness and knowledge partnership. India and Singapore also exchanged 4 documents in the field of digital technologies, semiconductor ecosystem, health and medicine along with education. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also met Senior Minister Lee Hsien Loong. The two leaders discussed various aspects of India-Singapore friendship. Boosting ties in the area of advanced manufacturing, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with the Singapore counterpart, visited AEM Holdings Limited, a leading Singaporean company in semiconductors and electronics sector. At the AEM facility, students from the World Skills Centre of the Indian state of Odisha welcomed Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called on Singapore's President Tharman Shanmugaratnam. Prime Minister also met former Prime Minister of Singapore, Goh Chok Tong, during his Singapore visit. He is the Emeritus Senior Minister of Singapore. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also held a roundtable CEO meet. Prime Minister meet will boost India-Singapore trade relations. India's Ministry of External Affairs briefed media on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Singapore visit on Thursday. MEA Secretary East Jaideep Majumdar said that PM Modi and PM of Singapore discussed various regional and global issues. The ministry also informed about the multiple agreements signed between the two nations, including cooperation in digital ecosystem, healthcare and more. The inaugural International Solar Festival 2024, hosted by the International Solar Alliance, is being held in New Delhi. In his message, India's Prime Minister said and lauded the alliance for inspiring policy and action. Prime Minister said that the event brings the world together to celebrate the sun. He also said that popular mantras in an ancient Indian scripture called the Veda are about the sun. Chief Minister of Northeastern Indian state of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, inaugurated the material recovery facility and waste-to-compost plant. Deputy Chief Minister of East Indian state of Odisha, Kanakvardhan Singh Deo, flagged off inaugural export of dragon fruit from Biju Patnaik International Airport. Ahead of the upcoming Onam festival, Kurichi women group named Kudam Pasri have started the harvest of Onam flower marigold in the South Indian state of Kerala. Indian Institute of Science, Banaras Hindu University, Manipal Academy of Higher Education are the highest weighted institutions in the recently released report called Graduate Outcomes World Rankings 2024. At close, benchmark Sensex fell 1.8% to 82,201 from previous close. Nifty ended at 25,145, down 1.21% from its previous close. Gold futures maturing on the 4th of October stood at 71,421 rupees per 10 grams after recording a dip of 0.06%. Silver futures due on 5th of December this year witnessed a hike of 0.01% and were retailing at 83,577 per kilogram on the MCX. Indian rupee ended at record low at 83.98 per dollar on Thursday versus Wednesday's close of 83.97. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman emphasized that simplifying tax compliance for citizens is a key objective for the Union government. Governor of Reserve Bank of India, Shaktikanta Das, addressed the Financial Institution Benchmarking and Calibration Conference on Thursday. The governor in his address said that the Reserve Bank of India remains optimistic about India's growth prospects. Oil prices firmed up on Thursday, edging up from multi-month lows on a possible delay to output increases by OPEC plus producers and a decline in US inventories. Brent crude for November rose 42 cents to $73.12 a barrel after touching its lowest since December. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that his government will accept a long-term ceasefire in Gaza only if it ensures that a border region between Gaza and Egypt is permanently closed to the Hamas. Netanyahu was referring to the Philadelphia corridor. He cited concerns that international pressure would prevent Israel from regaining control of the area in future. Hamas lashed out at Netanyahu for attempting to sabotage a potential agreement by refusing to vacate the Philadelphia corridor in southern Gaza. Israel's military has released a footage of a tunnel where the remains of 6 hostages were discovered. The World Health Organization will begin polio vaccinations in southern Gaza from Thursday, this after it conducted a vaccination campaign in central Gaza. Horror struck a high school in the U.S. state of Georgia on Wednesday when a 14-year-old student opened fire, killing 2 students and 2 teachers before surrendering. The White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre said in a statement that President Joe Biden had been briefed on the shooting and that his administration will continue coordinating with federal, state and local officials. U.S. presidential candidate Kamala Harris called the high school shooting a senseless tragedy. Presidential candidate Harris also agreed to debate rules, including muted microphones when a candidate is not speaking. Republican U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump's campaign announced that it raised $130 million in August, ending the month with $295 million in cash reserves. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asked the parliament on Thursday to confirm First Deputy Foreign Minister Andrei Sybiha as Ukraine's new foreign minister at a critical juncture in the war with Russia. Ukraine said its forces shot down 60 out of 78 drones launched by Russia in an overnight offensive on Thursday. Russian President Vladimir Putin delivered a keynote speech on the Eastern Economic Forum on Thursday. The forum is an annual economic conference with representatives from over 40 countries. Speaking on Ukraine's incursion, Russian President said that India, China and Brazil could act as mediators in potential peace talks over Ukraine. The UN Nuclear Agency Chief Rafael Grossi visited the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in southeastern Ukraine on Wednesday. After the inspection, Grossi said the situation there was very fragile and the plant would probably have to be demolished. Amid domestic budget squeeze and reports of a freeze on new German military aid to Ukraine, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on Wednesday said that Germany will not slacken in its military support to Ukraine. On third day of his Indonesia trip, Pope Francis visited Southeast Asia's largest mosque, the Istiqlal Mosque in Jakarta. Colombia's President Gustavo Petro seeks to investigate the $11 million purchase of Pegasus spy software. Petro claims that the software has been used as a spyware. After the death of New Zealand's King Tuhetia Putaote Vorovo VII last week, her daughter has succeeded the throne as the new Maori Queen on Thursday. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back.
New challenges need new strategies, and technology is already impacting the way we live and we farm.
based on the spikes and insights which our algorithms suggest, we alert the farmers or whoever the warehouse owner is about what exactly is happening in which part of your warehouse.
The weather in Meghalaya definitely one of the center points of how we design these systems. And let's look at all of this together in terms of what is the solar irradiance that they're getting. Try and design a system that is designed to work in that situation.
It's a pretty good living. Greenhouses have improved the lives of 80 or 90% of Almerians.
Our supply chain is farm to door. We supply traders directly, bringing benefits to both.
How it stands at the forefront of this energy transition, offering a clean, versatile solution to decarbonize sectors that have long relied on fossil fuels.
Green hydrogen is actually produced when you use renewable energy to power the electrolyzer, which splits water into hydrogen and oxygen.
Green hydrogen has a very, very critical role to play because it allows us to start getting into solutions that work for a lot of the other energy consuming sectors.
India has some of the brightest people in the world, and the visibility that the government has given in terms of national mission and side programs. So I think others will find the same reasons to invest and grow deeper in building their products.
Welcome back after that short break. Let's continue. Indian state of Gujarat has been experiencing heavy rainfall since Monday. Southern Gujarat experienced heavy downpours affecting over 30,000 people due to flooding. India's southern state Andhra Pradesh is expected to face another wet spell this week. The state is already battling with floods triggered by incessant rainfalls recently. Ecuadorian capital of Quito was blanketed in thick smoke and ash. The volunteers struggled to douse wildfires raging on in the city. Helicopters flew over central California on dropping water over smoldering brush on the steep hillsides of Sierra County. The community north of the fire remains under a mandatory evacuation. Massive wildfire has destroyed over 20% of a forest outside the Brazilian capital. The blaze has been cloaking the city in clouds of smoke. River Bosna that flows through Bosnia's capital was reduced to shallow pools as the water springs feeding it have lost water due to a prolonged summer drought. Many places in the Balkans have experienced their hottest summer on record, fueled by repeated heat waves that push temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. Riverside residents and businesses in 11 provinces in the Chao Phraya River Basin, including Bangkok, have been advised to brace for rising water levels after the Royal Irrigation Department increased the volume of water being discharged. State authorities of Bangkok advised precautionary measures that should be taken to handle the rising water levels. Turkey's breadbasket, the fertile Konya plain in central Anatolia, is troubled by the proliferation of sinkholes. Sinkholes of all the sizes threaten agricultural activities and are now closer to residential areas. India is celebrating Teachers' Day today. This day marks the birth anniversary of the Vice President and the second President of India, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended best wishes on Teachers' Day, an occasion to express gratitude to all the teachers who shape young minds. On the occasion of National Teachers' Day, the Amrit Udyan is open exclusively for teachers at India's President House. A 6-year-old girl from the North Indian state of Punjab, Anayasha Budhiraja, has achieved the Guinness World Record by writing 2 bilingual books on Sanskrit shlokas. Late 1970s and 80s relics from Lower Manhattan have been amassed for a rare auction by Guernseys in New York. Among the lots are 3 John Michael Basquiat's painting from Patti Astor's New York City Art Gallery. The auction house will sell 12 stained glass windows and the original neon letters from the hotel signature. Berlin's currywurst, a specialty of sliced sausage smothered in curry powder and ketchup, turns 75 years old. Of all Germany's varieties of sausages, the currywurst is one of the most distinctive. The saucy sausage is as popular as ever in the German capital, with locals and international visitors both being fond of the traditional meaty dish. Ukrainian Fashion Week took place in Kyiv for the first time. The theme of the war was reflected through the internal component in the event. Many local designers presented their latest Spring-Summer 2025 collections. Some of them shared how the war influenced their fashion creations. Bottle caps, food packaging, utensils and scrap toys are just some of the plastic items that have been given a new lease of life in a zero-waste workshop in Taipei. Customers in Taipei gained hands-on experience in the recycling process. They molded the waste into a pair of trendy sunglasses within 2 hours. Hong Kong's twin panda cubs have doubled in weight, with their markings becoming more visible 2 weeks after their birth. The panda twins have marked their mother Ying Ying as the oldest panda to give birth. Researchers at the Italian Institute of Technology decided to teach their favorite humanoid robot to fly with a jetpack. The research team is working on systems to allow the robot to maintain steady flight and control takeoffs and landings, along with transitions between flying. The price of gold is at an all-time high in Australia, and the benefits are making their way to small central Queensland town. Claremont is experiencing a gold rush of tourists, bringing with them big dollars to the local community. Tours have boomed since the price of gold skyrocketed. A documentary about Russia's invasion of Ukraine shown at the Venice Film Festival. Documentary includes just one scene shot from within Russia of children singing a patriotic song while they march around their school hall led by a soldier. Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix lit up the Venice Film Festival red carpet, premiering the eagerly awaited sequel Joker. Lady Gaga, dressed in a Dior gown and Philippe Ricci headpiece, was accompanied by her fiancé Michael Polanski. Phoenix, meanwhile, brought his sister Rain Phoenix along with him to the red carpet. After 36 years, Beetlejuice is returning to wreak havoc and pull at the heartstrings of director Tim Burton. Beetlejuice features a return of Michael Keaton as the lead role, alongside Catherine O'Hara and Winona Ryder. London Film Festival promises a star-studded lineup, kicking off with Oscar winner Steve McQueen's World War II drama. From a documentary about Elton John's final US live show to Angelina Jolie's Maria Callas biopic, this year London Film Festival promises a star-studded lineup, kicking off with Oscar-winning drama. The 49th edition of Toronto Film Festival returns to Toronto on the 5th of September. The festival is in full swing after 2 tumultuous years of Hollywood disruption. Toronto International Film Festival opens with the world premiere of Nutcrackers, directed by David Gordon Green and starring Ben Stiller. Indian Movies 3 continues to win the hearts. The movie has earned 497 crore rupees net in India. Indian actress Shraddha Kapoor has reached a significant milestone of 90 million followers on Instagram, making her the most loved actress in the country. India's Harvinder Singh bagged a gold medal in para-archery in individual recurve open event to become the first archer to win gold in Paralympics. In para-athletics, Tarambir clinched gold, while his compatriot Pranav Surma bagged a silver medal in double podium finish at men's club throw F51 event. Ugandan Olympic marathon runner Rebecca tragically died on Thursday after she was doused in petrol and set on fire by her boyfriend. In a stunning upset, world number 1 Iga Swiatek crashed out of the US Open after losing to Jessica Pegula in the quarterfinals. Carolina Muchova battled through illness to secure her second consecutive US Open semi-final with a victory over Beatrice Haddad Maia. World number 1 Yannick Sinner defeated former champion Daniel Medvedev in a roller coaster US Open match to advance to semi-finals. Jack Draper's breakout performance at the US Open soared to new heights as the British star battled past Alexei Minot to advance to the first Grand Slam semi-final. A total of 30 international soccer stars have been nominated for the prestigious Ballon d'Or ceremony in Paris. For the first time since 2003, no Messi or Ronaldo have been nominated for the award. In UEFA Nations League, champion Spain will start the defence of their title against Serbia in Belgrade on Thursday. In another encounter, Portugal will kick off their campaign against Croatia in Lisbon. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.